Now we move on to episode 121. Before we begin, don't forget to like it helps. In the second round of the Demon General competition, the undead soul continuously strikes the war drum 15 times. On the 15th strike, Wang Lin grabs the golden armored man, Jin Wuxu, and uses him as a mallet, slamming him hard against the waist drum. The moment the drum sounds, Jin Wuxu's body cannot withstand the terrifying backlash from the ancient sage. His body and soul collapse on the spot, annihilated completely, vanishing from this world forever. This scene shocks everyone. The 15th drum echo resounds through heaven and earth with thunder from the sky. This sorrow infects the world, turning into an aura of heavenly and earthly grief that envelops the entire Tian'ao city. Countless people involuntarily shed tears. At this moment, a sudden change occurs. The will of heaven senses the birth of this renegade cultivator. It cannot tolerate such a challenge to its authority. Thus, the intangible heavenly Tao transforms into tangible punishment and descends. This is the true heavenly tribulation. It differs from the ordinary immortal tribulations cultivators face after the immortal realm shattered. Instead, it is the heavenly Tao's fundamental erasure of beings who dare to defy heaven. The undead soul stands beside the waist drum. This 15th drum strike holds profound meaning for him, not just a display of power, but a complete release and venting of inner emotions he has cultivated for hundreds of years, accumulating too much unspeakable sorrow and obsession in his heart. At this moment, through the drum sounds, these emotions seem to find an outlet and burst forth. It is precisely in this extreme emotional release that his Tao heart begins a fundamental transformation, rapidly advancing toward true perfection. At the same time, the immortal power he has accumulated through long cultivation has reached a full and saturated state. The Ascendant realm is a crucial watershed on the path of cultivation. It requires not only full and perfect immortal power, but also a firm and thorough Tao heart. When both reach perfection, a mysterious fusion begins. This fusion is the mutual penetration of Tao heart and immortal power, a deep resonance between soul and body. Essentially, it is a leap in life level and evolution from mortal to a higher form of existence. The ancient saying "Hear the Tao in the morning, die in the evening" content perfectly describes the Ascendant realm. This fusion process is extremely dangerous, like walking on the edge of life and death. Success turns a carp into a dragon, becoming a true Ascendant powerhouse. Failure means utter destruction of body and soul, with almost no chance even to cultivate as a scattered immortal unless one stays forever at the peak of yin transformation and never takes that critical step. Wang Lin stands right on this boundary now. However, heaven seems unwilling to see such an existence, one who retains strong personal obsessions and a Tao heart that defies heaven. This is a challenge to the existing rules. Such renegade cultivation is intolerable to heaven. Therefore, the heavenly thunder tribulation descends to erase all renegade cultivators. Around the 10,000 Zhang square, while everyone is still immersed in the shock brought by the undead soul, the sky suddenly changes color without warning. The wandering thunder snakes instantly vanish. In their place comes boundless crimson, as if the sky is about to burn. This red rapidly spreads, covering the entire horizon heavy with a heart-palpitating pressure. The red clouds gather madly centered on the imperial capital square. Within the condensing clouds, faint red thunder lights form, flickering beautifully yet fatally. This is no ordinary heavenly phenomenon, but punishment from heaven sensing a renegade cultivator's Tao heart forming. The tribulation's purpose is to completely erase this being that dares challenge heavenly might. The tribulation's aura alerts many powerful existences in the starry sky. Far away on Tianyan star in seclusion, Tian Yunzi, who is plotting long-term plans, suddenly opens his eyes. After divination, his brows furrow tightly. He detects this tribulation falling on the demon spirit land, faintly connected to Tianyan star. On Deluo star, Sword Venerable Ling Tian, who feels a tightness in his heart, worrying about his arrangements in the demon spirit land and the safety of his subordinate greedy wolf. Even the blood clan above the Bloodsea feels a slight stir, concerned for his daughter Yao Zixu, who entered the demon spirit land. At this moment, many top-old monsters in the cultivation world turn their gazes toward the demon spirit land. Their divine senses ignore spatial barriers, directly penetrating the not yet fully opened Eastern Sea Demon Spirit Gate, descending above Tian'ao County's imperial capital. On the square, the undead soul looks up at the rolling red clouds and the brewing red thunder lights within. His heart is incredibly calm. In this life, He has deep ties with the words Heavenly Tribulation, from refining treasures in his early years to later defying heaven to change fate for his beloved, both drawing heaven as attention and interference. Now, upholding his true heart and defying heaven, he faces heaven as punishment again. But in his eyes, there is no fear, only a will grown firmer through hardships. The red clouds in the sky roll violently. The central thunder light dazzles to the extreme. A roar as if from ancient time sounds, accompanied by substantial killing intent. That is heaven's killing intent. Snowflakes containing killing intent float across the sky. In this murderous background, the first red tribulation thunder falls like a heavenly blood sword, with rumbling sounds of heavenly anger, striking directly at the undead soul's head. Wang Lin lets out a long howl, with no intention of retreating. He first mobilizes over 3,700 life imprints to protect his body, while sacrificing the mirror banner, turning it into a black whirlwind full of countless restrictions, rushing skyward to meet the tribulation thunder. However, the tribulation's might is vast. The black whirlwind tears apart easily like paper before the red thunder. The undead soul immediately deploys divine abilities. Piles of immortal jade at his feet provide endless immortal power support. He condenses 100 extinction commands into a thick black light pillar, fiercely counterattacking. The two forces collide, producing a heaven-shaking explosion. The extinction light ultimately scatters in defeat, but it weakens the red thunder's momentum somewhat. A fierce glint flashes in the undead soul's eyes. He simply converts all his life imprints into vast slaughter key. In his heart, facing the tribulation is no longer just resistance. He harbors a fierce killing intent. Anyone who dares kill me, even if it asks heaven, I will kill back. Over 3,700 slaughter key fuse, forming a ferocious slaughter azure dragon, carrying the undead soul's defiant will and intent to kill heaven. It roars and swallows the red thunder in one bite. The azure dragon entangles and collides with the red thunder. Though it ultimately collapses, it dims the red thunder's light further and shrinks its size considerably. The final red thunder continues falling. The undead soul uses one of his ultimate techniques, demonic transformation finger. He reverses all his immortal power, even reversing the immortal power in the mountain-like pile of immortal jade at his feet, turning it into towering demonic ki. This finger condenses not just demonic power, but his unyielding cultivation will. Over 700 years, his courage and obsession to defy heaven to preserve precious memories in his heart. The black demonic finger light collides again with the dimmed red thunder. This clash of red and black is like the beginning of heaven and earth. It erupts with unimaginable energy. The entire 10,000 Zhang square completely shatters. Surrounding buildings collapse. Onlookers are flung away by the ferocious shockwaves. Ultimately, the red thunder and black light dissipate together. The first tribulation thunder is worn down layer by layer through multiple divine abilities, barely endured by the undead soul. But his face pales. He knows heaven's tribulation will not be so simple. He takes the pill gifted by Heavenly Marshal before leaving, gazing solemnly at the sky. Sure enough, the red clouds do not disperse. Instead, after a brief silence, they emit an even more terrifying aura. Heavenly might is heaven's dignity, undeniable, unresistible. Under heavenly might, all things must prostrate. The red clouds begin pressing down inch by inch. With each inch descended, the pressure on the earth doubles. The palace buildings turn to dust silently. The earth cracks. Wang Lin, at the center, bears the most terrifying pressure. His bones creak. His flesh seems about to be crushed, but he grits his teeth. His legs sink deep into the ground, yet his spine remains straight. The unyielding light in his eyes does not diminish. The red clouds continue pressing down. Heavenly might layers heavier. The once magnificent imperial capital palace completely turns to ruins under this heaven-earth might. Dust and earth constantly collapse and shatter. The undead soul is deeply pressed into the ground by this irresistible force. His meridians snap inch by inch. His bones pulverize. His body nears the edge of complete collapse. Yet even at this point, his Tao heart, his spirit's defiant intent still refuses to submit. Just as the undead soul's body is about to destroy and his consciousness blurs, a faint voice sounds directly in his mind. This voice explains the ancient secrets of renegade cultivation. In heaven and earth, there have been beings who dared face heaven directly, even fighting it. The earliest were the ancient clans contemporaneous with heaven. Later, ancient clans split into ancient gods who defied heaven with profit, ancient demons who defied with killing, ancient demons who extinguished Tao with divine abilities. They were seen as the second type of renegade beings. What heaven truly wants to erase is the undead soul renegade cultivators who neither dodge nor yield, choosing to face it head-on. The Voice-S owner claims to be an ancient demon, but not complete, merely an incomplete while sleeping in that demon drum for countless years. He enlightened Tian'ao, Zhengzi, Ming and similar demon lords, coveting each other, continuing wars. He chose the undead soul because he sensed pure ancient god aura on him. The undead soul cultivated ancient god body refining technique. The ancient demon believes his body is the perfect vessel for his power. The ancient demon proposes a deal. He helps Wang Lin repair his body, survive this tribulation, and support him in the demon spirit land. In return, the undead soul helps retrieve sacred objects from the other 8 counties. With the situation pressing, Wang Lin has no other choice. He calmly accepts. Repair my body. Give me power to confront the tribulation. In an instant, vast ancient power surges into the undead soul's near-shattered body. His broken meridians reconnect stronger. Pulverized bones reshape tougher. Flesh rapidly regenerates. His body not only fully recovers, its strength surpasses before. Vast demonic power emanates from him. Behind him condenses 100 jang tall shadow of an ancient demon with dual horns and purple-black skin. The shadow synchronizes with the undead soul's movements. Closed eyes open simultaneously. At this moment, the sky's red clouds seem thoroughly enraged by the ancient demon's appearance. No longer pressing inch by inch, they sink dozens or even hundreds of zhang at once. Even more terrifying heavenly might descends. The already ruined Tian'ao city site is completely pressed underground, forming a massive basin. Cracks spread outward, affecting hundreds of thousands of li. Land within 100,000 li collapses. Under the ancient demon power's dominance, the undead soul faces the heaven-destroying earth-extinguishing pressure. Together with the ancient demon shadow behind him, he raises a hand, palm striking the pressing red clouds. From his mouth come two words: despise Tao. This palm contains the ancient demon's vast demonic power defying heaven. The red clouds roll violently. Thunder shakes the sky, but the downward momentum is forcibly halted. The undead soul is pushed back by the backlash. The ancient demon shadow flickers briefly, then solidifies again. The tribulation seems completely enraged. Before dissipating, from extreme distant void depths, the red clouds drop one final crimson light pillar far more terrifying and thicker than before, 10 jang in diameter. This time, it directly targets the ancient demon shadow. Demon light bursts in the ancient demon shadow's eyes. It neither dodges nor evades, instead rushing skyward, opening its giant mouth and swallowing the destructive crimson light pillar whole. The light pillar ravages wildly inside the ancient demon. Its body cycles between collapse and reconstruction over 10,000 times. Ultimately, the light pillar forces the ancient demon shadow back to the ground. The impact wave from its feet landing sweeps a million li again, completely flipping the earth. When everything calms, the ancient demon shadow seems to have digested the crimson light pillar's power. It burps contentedly, eyes weary, turning to green smoke and dissipating between heaven and earth. Only a vast voice remains. Meet again in 3 months at Longtan. The sky finally returns to normal. Red clouds scatter. The once prosperous and majestic Tian'ao city has completely vanished into the massive basin and million-li ruins. The undead soul, free from ancient demon power support, immediately feels his Tao heart and immortal power fusion accelerating. The Ascendant threshold truly arrives. He knows the danger of here the Tao in the morning, die content in the evening. He dares not break through amid the post-tribulation chaos outside. He quickly uses the previously obtained cave mansion token to teleport away from the ruins, entering the cave mansion to find an absolutely safe seclusion place for the most critical and dangerous transformation to truly step into the Ascendant realm. Wang Lin rushes at maximum speed to the cave mansion where he previously found the wine pot. In the cave, he knows breaking through to Ascendant allows no interference. This is the safest place. He takes out a crucial treasure, the Ascendant crystal gifted by Senior Zhu Yi years ago. Without hesitation, he swallows the crystal, then closes his eyes, fully immersing in the dangerous process of Tao Heart Realm fusing with all his immortal power. Time slowly passes. The undead soul sits like a rock. Surrounding immortal domains constantly turn to powder as immortal power is drained. Within his body, earth-shaking changes occur. One day 10 years later, Wang Lin's eyes, closed for 10 years, slowly open. A bright light flashes from them. After cultivating 700 years, he finally ascends to the Ascendant realm. Thanks everyone for your support. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. See you next week.